Welcome to the Q1 Buck Poll. I'm Tim Hart with Mike Big Buck Hoffner. On today's show, we're going to talk about ORV, rules and regs with the DNR.
Tim, I'm so glad that you're going to do that subject today because my wife, for my 60th birthday, bought me a brand new John Deere Gator. Love it. And so I can't wait to hear what all those rules and regulations are.
Well, you got to make sure you follow them.
Exactly.
That's the key. We also are going to have some hunts from Connecticut Valley Arms today. Shoot Straight with Chad Shearer. He's kind of the guest that's going to be on. And I tell you right now, they shot some big bucks.
All with a muzzle loader.
Yeah, exactly right, with a CDA muzzle loader. We've got interviews from opening day. We were all over the place opening day and opening weekend. And you know, Mike, it was a lot of fun out there.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's like Christmas time. When you do opening day, I think of nothing better, except if you go to the UP, you know what I'm talking about, because they close everything down for opening day up there.
You know all the different ways you bring a buck into one of these locations? You strap it on the hood, you strap it on the top, you got blood running down, you got all kinds of things.
You put it in the trunk, the back seat, they can do it all.
Doesn't make a difference because I got my buck, I got my doe, whatever I got, I'm happy with it. Okay, we also have our sponsor Spotlight this week. It's going to be DNR Sports Center. We're going to be talking about guns at DNR Sports Center in Kalamazoo. We've got new bucks from around the state, and Mike, the deer just keep coming in, and you can see all the new bucks at Q1BuckPoll.com.
I'm excited.
You are excited, and we are ready to roll. You're watching the Q1 Buck Poll. Stay with us. Firekeepers Casino and Hotel present the Q1 Buck Poll. Back here on the Q1 Buck Poll. Well, before we talk to the DNR, we've got Corporal John Morey with us. He's going to be talking about some rules and regs with ORVs. We have new bucks with Big Buck Hoffner.
Let's rock and roll. Let's start out with Mark Hess from Southwest Mid-Michigan with an 8-pointer. The score is 47. Craig Palmer from Southwest Mid-Michigan with a 11-pointer. The score 44.5. And Ryan Mayer from Mid-Michigan, 7-pointer. The score 33.
Each and every week, we try to bring you some great information from the DNR, and today we're going to talk about ORV rules and regs with Corporal John Morey. I'm now talking to Corporal John Morey with the Department of Natural Resources. Today we're talking about ORV rules and regulations, some of the safety out there. Welcome to the Buck Poll.
Tim, thanks for having me.
Now, one of the things that I think is very confusing, and that is I can ride a motorcycle down the highway on any road. I do not have to wear a helmet. Do I have to wear a helmet when I'm operating an ATV?
Absolutely. The helmet law that was passed about a year or so ago only applies to street licensed motorcycles. Anytime anybody's operating an ORV, they are required to have a helmet on. The only exception to that is if you're going to be an operator or a passenger in the side-by-sides. The side-by-side must have the rollover protective structure, and the operator and passenger must be in a seatbelt. That is the only exception for operating an ORV without a helmet. Every other time you have to have a helmet on.
What are some of the regulations when I'm going out in the woods?
Well, first of all, again, always wear a helmet, always be properly equipped, have protective wear, gloves, long pants, boots. Okay, safety is first and foremost. Don't drink or do any drugs. Know where you're going to be operating. Okay, it's a rider's responsibility to know where you can legally operate the ORV.
Could I get a DUI if I have been drinking and operating an ORV?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's no different than any other motor vehicle.
Okay. Now, when we talk about state land, are there certain hours or other rules that I need to know about?
If you're operating your ORV in an area that's open to public hunting, you cannot operate the ORV from the hours of 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. and then again from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. and that's during the regular November firearm deer season.
Okay. What happens if I want to drag my big buck out? I've got a big one out there on state land. I still need to wait till after 11?
Yeah, as long as you're outside of those hours between, you're outside between 7 and 11 a.m. and 2 and 5 p.m. If you're outside or in between of those hours in the afternoon lunchtime, you can go retrieve your big game animal, a deer, a bear, or an elk, as long as you go the most direct route as possible through cross country don't cause any kind of an erosive condition, but you can go at no faster than 5 miles an hour to retrieve your animal and then return.
When we're talking about operating an ORV, can they go on any road, or are there certain restrictions that way too?
Well, if they're going to be operating on a roadway, they need to check with their local unit of government. Their county, typically the road commission, sheriff, or county clerk would be a good place to start, or a township clerk. Ask them if they have opened up their county road system to ORVs. If you are near a state highway or any kind of a federal highway, anything with an M or a U.S. designation, you cannot legally operate an ORV in those areas.
Okay, we're talking about some of the rules and regulations about operating ORVs on state land. Do any of these rules apply to my private land?
They do not.
Okay.
Yep,
All right. That's the quick and simple answer. Is that right? They do not.
Yep. Yeah, if you're on your own private property or you're the invited guest of a property owner, they do not apply.
Okay. And one of the things I know that the DNR is looking for, and that's some instructors to help with some of these rules and regulations and safety precautions. Tell me about that program that's coming up.
Sure. For the last several years, we've had an ORV Instructor Academy. So anybody who has an interest in the sport of ORVs and they have an interest in sharing their knowledge and experience, they can become a volunteer instructor for the DNR and go to a 3-day free class that we put on. We give them all the tools they need, give them all the information they need to go out to their communities and present a course to the youth. Typically it's youth that take the class, but anybody can take the class, and it's really a good program to take. One
other thing to cover before we go here today, talking with Corporal John Morey, and that is transporting firearms, transporting, bows. What are some of the rules I need to know there?
Sure. Anytime you transport a firearm, it must be unloaded and in a case, whether it be a long arm or a pistol. Now, the only exception to that, and we get this question a lot, is, okay, I have a concealed pistols license. Can I then carry my pistol on an ORV? If you have a concealed pistols license, it's no different than any other motor vehicle. Yes, you can carry a pistol concealed if you have that concealed pistols license. Now, that concealed pistols license does not allow you to carry a long gun loaded. So you can't go out with your rifle or your shotgun loaded, keep that on your back strapped. It only applies to your pistol. And open carry, also a very popular activity. A lot of people are into open carry with a sidearm. You cannot open carry on an ORV or in any motor vehicle unless you have that CPL.
Corporal, thanks for being with us today.
Tim, thanks for having me.
All right, Corporal John Morey with us from the Department of Natural Resources, talking about ORV safety and some regulations you can look up online too. You can go to the DNR's website and they've got all the information there. I'm Tim Hart and you're watching the Q1 Buckle. Well, everybody is in the woods, I will tell you that. And we have been in the woods. Yeah, we saw some deer, but not a lot.
Well, it's been, for me, kind of a strange up and down season. I've not seen that many shooters. I'll tell you what, the rut was on a week or so ago, and I saw them like crazy, but I couldn't get anything to come in distance for me to get shot. The only one that I saw, I was with my son. He was texting me. I was busted because there was a deer right to the right of me. Nice 10-pointer. I screwed up.
Now it's time to get your CVA muzzleloader out is what you need to do.
I'm going to do that. I'm ready and I'm on top of it.
All right, well, before we go hunting with CVA, it's time for some more bucks.
All right, let's start out with Derek Steffen from Midwest Michigan with a 10-pointer. The score is 46. Zach Schuberg from Midwest Michigan with a 9-pointer. The score was 43 1/4.
And again, we remind you, get your bucks and does registered in the contest. You can go online. The forms are online. Go to one of the registration locations. But get registered because we have some great prizes. And February 7th, we're having our final prize party at Firekeepers Casino in Battle Creek, and it's going to be awesome.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tim. Register the deer. My phone has been going crazy with people sending me pictures of their deer out in the field, and I keep sending them back. Get it registered. Get it registered. I've seen some beauties. Get them out there and get them registered. We've made it very simple for you.
All right, here's a great hunt from CVA, actually a couple of hunts with Shoot Straight with Chad Shearer.
We're in the stand. We're waiting for a whitetail. And I've got my CVA Acra. Let's see if we get anything.
Just wait, I'll tell you if he's picking up on something. Give him just a second. He's going to pop out there. There he is. Wah. Wah. Wah.
Ready?
Yep, take him. You got him.
Yes! Yes! I just smoked a whitetail. Awesome. doesn't kick at all.
Well, Walker, Mommy and Wyatt showed up and Blake and Kyle to join the party of taking your first animal with a muzzleloader.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Oh.
And what kind of muzzleloader?
I'm a little jealous right now. He used the CVA Acura mountain rifle. It's a prototype. Nobody's hunted with this rifle.
He's the first one?
First one.
First one to take an animal with it.
170.
Okay.
Okay, I'm on him. Yeah! 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 That is a nice antelope. Look at him. My goodness. What a beautiful Wyoming antelope.
That's what I want.
Yeah, let me range him quick for you.
I'm gonna crank up my scope. I'm on him right now.
Okay.
Chad's on him. I'm gonna take him right here.
Ground hits white. Watch him. Yeah. You got him. Nice job.
I'm pretty sure he is not going anywhere.
I think so.
Yep, he is down.
There's another one. The bull might be behind her. Oh, here it comes, here it comes.
Yes. Yeah, I hit him solid.
There he is.
That's right where I put it too. Yeah. Oh, come on in here, Brad. What a dandy.
Yes. He's down.
What a beautiful, beautiful buck. The first part of November and these bucks are just starting to rut.
I gotta wait for him to turn. Okay. Oh. Right there. Ready?
You hit him perfect, right through the heart.
Yeah. Yes. Oh man. Smoke in the air. Hunting your home state, Montana. This is awesome. I'll tell you what. This CVA muzzleloader did the trick, and I have my cameraman, Chad, with me. Come on in here, Chad. Help me hold up this big Montana muley.
The CVA Acura V2
Yep.
in 50 caliber. He did the trick.
Oh man. I hammered him. Oh, I dropped him right there. Oh, man, alive. This is a big body deer.
He's quartering real heavy to me. I'll let him go broadside. Okay, you on him? Got him.
Look at this buck. Oh, he's got some kickers on him. Check him out. Let me unload my muzzle on it real quick. That is awesome. What a dandy Saskatchewan deer. Check him out.
Great hunting, and one of the things that you got to take away from the hunts that Chad Sheeran and his whole crew were on, that is the distance, the accuracy, and the knockdown power of a CVA muzzleloader.
Tell you what, it's recharged my battery, Tim, because you know as well as I do, I was strictly a bow hunter until my wife sprung and got me my first CVA muzzleloader. Love the sport.
All right, stay with us. We got more bucks coming up, and we've got interviews from opening day. You're watching the Q1 Buck Pull.
Ty Somerset from Mount Clemens, Michigan, and you're watching Q1 Buck Pull.
Well, it's time for interviews here on the Q1 Buck Pull from opening day weekend. We had a chance to meet a lot of people. Had a lot of fun. I love, the 15th, 16th, and 17th. I was all over the place. Hicks Outdoors in Clio, Racy's Extreme in Lapeer. We went to the Country Smokehouse up at Almont, and what a great time meeting people that have the passion for the outdoors.
You're my idol. I was out in the woods with my son for the very first time for opening day.
Well, I'd like to see some of that success. That's what I'm looking for. Well, right now we've got some people that have had some success. Here's some more bucks here on the Q1 Buck Pull.
Let's start out with Blake Donnelly. Get this, age 7, 8-pointer from Midwest Michigan. The score, 40.5. Nice buck for first-timer. Evan Shafley from Northwest Michigan with an 11-pointer. The score, 47.5. And Thomas Law Jr. up in the thumb area with an 11-pointer. His score was 47 3/4.
One of the great things we do here on the Q1 Buck Pull, a chance to interview hunters. And Mike, every year, as I stated earlier before you featured the bucks here, I get a chance to meet a lot of people, and the stories are tremendous.
Yeah, you get to talk, I get to hunt. Yeah. I love that role.
I'm not so sure. We got to change something like that. Here's some of the people I met opening weekend.
This morning, my son went out. We set up some stands behind my sister-in-law's house, and he went out first light this morning. I had to do my morning run and pick the kids up and drop them off at school, so I got out late. So I stopped and bought donuts. I dropped a couple donuts off to him, and he told me he's seen a nice buck walk across the power line into the woods back by where my stand is. So I still hunted my way back, and before I got to my stand, he come walking on the other side of my tent towards me. And he gave me a good shot, so I took it. He ran about 100 yards and dropped right there, and we went out and picked him up.
I was out in my stand about 6 this morning, and he was running doe from light as many as I could see. I probably saw 20 doe this morning, and he came about 8 o'clock and running a doe, and I grunted. He stopped, and I had time. That's all I had time to do was shoot, I saw a horn. I didn't know how big he was, so called my dad, and Dad said, well, you better wait about an hour. I said, I think he's down right there, and I couldn't wait. 20 minutes, I got down, went to the truck, and went and picked up my dad. We went, and he was laying right where I shot him. Never moved.
Just sat down for 35 minutes and just primed a muzzleloader, and he walked in on me and got him first shot.
All right. Now, have you ever hunted this land? Where'd you hunt him at? Is it River Bottom buck?
Yeah, it was at a friend's house. First time I ever hunted there. First deer.
All right. And what do you think about your first deer?
I'm pretty excited. I'm still shaking.
Started out with a morning hunt, missed shot at a doe, about 3 shots, and then decided to go out later in the afternoon, about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. I heard some rustling through the leaves, and doe came out, and he popped out behind her, so I unloaded pretty much everything I had.
You just kept shooting, huh?
Oh yeah, I won't let him get away.
Now, have you ever seen this buck before?
Never. First time I hunted the property.
All right. Biggest buck you ever got?
Second buck in my life, first Michigan buck.
Time now for our sponsor spotlight. Today we're at DNR Sports Center in Kalamazoo. Randy Van Dam talking about guns, and one of the things I like about DNR Sports Center, very knowledgeable people behind the counter. If you got a question, they've got the answer.
Yeah, it's the one-stop shop. You buy the gun, they set it all up for you, they make it right, and that's, part of the game. A lot of people like to go home and do that themselves. I'm one of those guys. I want to make sure that the professionals do it right, make my job a lot easier.
Time now for our sponsor spotlight. Today we're at DNR Sports Center in Kalamazoo. Randy Van Dam is with us. Randy, welcome to the Buck Pull.
Hi, Tim.
Hey, we're going to talk about guns because here at DNR Sports Center, bucks, to ducks and everything in between.
Yeah, guns are us.
That's right. That's all right. Now we're going to take a look at one right here with a carbon fiber barrel, and really the kind of a new innovation here.
Yeah, this is from Magnum Research. It's a 22 Magnum semi-automatic with a carbon fiber barrel. And this is the significance of this is a lot of predator hunting going on right now.
Yes,
We're trying to save our deer and get those coyotes and turkeys.
Yeah.
I got piles of feathers in my backwoods from coyotes eating my turkeys. You know, so nighttime hunting, 22 mag is it. So this is the really one of the few 22 semi-automatics available.
Okay.
Very light to carry, carbon fiber barrel, just an awesome shooting gun.
And a lot of people are taking a look at the ARs right now, and still pretty a strong market where people are coming in. They're using them for target practice, using them for all different types.
Oh, absolutely. We sell a lot of them. This is a Daniel Defense ambush model. It's for coyote hunting.
Ooh, I like that.
You know, but also for fun and gun and
so when I see that coyote, I can go pop, 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 pop.
5 times you can do that. But for your target range, you can put the big clip in there.
There you go.
And let her rip, type thing. But it's a gun designed for that. And, we have everything from ducks to bucks to 22 shells for youth, everything,
Well, and Randy, one of the things too here at DNR Sports Center is you've got a lot of expert advice behind the counter, people that hunt, people that shoot guns. You've got our NRA instructors here. You've got a variety of knowledge back here.
We do the concealed carry classes. We have all the handguns, the ammo, everything you need for it, instructions for the NRA, different courses, everything.
All right, talk with Randy Van Dam at DNR Sports Center. As always, we enjoy being around the state, like I said earlier, talking to sponsors, talking to hunters. And Mike, we look forward to more bucks and does being registered. The information is online on how you register your deer, very simple, or go to one of the registration locations all throughout the state here in Michigan.
I'll tell you what, Tim, I'm a happy camper. I love hunting season. I know my wife will be glad to see it get over because I get the lectures like I do every year. You spend too much time in the woods, but I love it.
I'm pretty sure she's not saying that. She's probably saying, I wish hunting was 12 months out of the year, and that would keep you out in the woods.
She still loves me. I love you, honey.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for letting me do what I do.
Oh, yes, you do. All right. Well, that's going to do it this week for the Q1 Buck Bowl. For Mike Big Buck Hoffner, I'm Tim Hart-Habro. We thank you for being with us. And remember, anytime you're out in the woods, be safe.
Let's start out with Mark Hess from Southwest. God darn it. Southwest. West.
Oh, Southwest. Yawn.
Okay. All right, let's start out with Hang
on. Take 4.
Take 4. All right.